Walking down the avenue where we used to play. The house on the corner is still the same today as it was when we were children, innocent as innocent can be. I borrowed all your records, you borrowed mine from me. We sat and talked for hours in a box hung in a tree, and we stole your daddy's last bottle of gin. Those were the times, those were the ways. So take me back to the good old days. Looking back from here, I can see that we were blind to the burdens we would shoulder and the struggles we would find. But growing made us strong as strong can be. Those were the times, those were the ways. So take me back to the good old days. Ice cream until our heads hurt. We were trading candy bars and sticks of bubble gum, trying not to laugh in church. Do you remember? Like I remember. And oh, those were the times. Ooh, those were the ways. Oh, so take me back. Take me back.
Thanksgiving Eve, and we're just kind of chilling in the library tonight.
Yeah, we decided to
keep it simple,
sort of unplugged.
Yeah,
I guess.
And that's kind of been your theme the last several days, right?
Yeah, I went Sunday and got back today. Was at took a little retreat, so I was in a very tiny pink. Did you know it was pink? It was
I saw that in the pictures.
Pink little cabin.
Yes.
Overlooking
a little Pepto-Bismol
Lake
kinda.
Michigan.
No, it was a little lighter pink, a little rose colored.
It was a little, it was very sickly looking, but it was really cool because it was a very tiny cabin, but it was literally, 4 feet from the water.
Oh, yes.
And when I came in Sunday night, the waves, you're in
whimsical
the little
pink. Yes, Jennifer.
living room couch thing, and it feels like you're the captain of a ship, and water's just coming in. It was so loud, but it was awesome, and it was just what I needed. So try to get away once a year around this time to reflect on the year. As I mentioned in the Here Comes the Sun film, which many of you saw, I do what I call reverse journaling. I don't know if that's the right way. I don't know if that's the right name for it, but basically I look at all the things I've journaled over the year to see what kind of themes have developed and helped me to kind of think about what I should have learned. And there was a lot of that. That was a
Well, actually,
got
that's an
that in
interesting
April.
point. And hello, everybody, by the way. We see your comments here. So it's good you guys are joining us here tonight. You had mentioned, as we went for a walk when you got home this afternoon, and you mentioned that, like, there are things that were, like, common threads throughout your journaling this last year specifically that you kind of missed in the midst of just living.
Yeah, I mean, there were small
It's
things throughout the
interesting.
year, but then when you look at them all and they add up, you're like, oh, that was a little bit of a 2x4 I should have seen coming. So that's what that was
Mhm.
for. So it was nice. And then coming back today, we just kind of we didn't want to do the whole show. There's a lot of prep involved. So we're just kind of being a little bit casual. But we wanted to come with you tonight to on Thanksgiving Eve, as it
Yes.
were, to just say hi and hang out for a little bit and maybe share a few ideas on how to get through the holiday season, which we are now right
Here we are.
upon
Here we are. And Julie,
with
thank
some
you.
sanity.
Julie was talking about the film last week. Thank you to
Oh,
all of
yes,
you
thank you, Julie.
who came live to gallery night, who watched the replay, who shared it. It was so neat to see people sharing it out there. I think that was like the most shared video we've had live for a while. So that was
Yeah.
really cool. And just hearing impact, I mean, honestly, everybody's coming from a different place when you're talking about dreams and people's journeys. So it's been really cool to hear how it's impacted different people. So thank you for just keeping that going. I think the last time I checked our Facebook, we have the film just on Facebook, like on its own, which by the way, Facebook loves because they want to keep you on Facebook. I don't know if you know that, but they don't want you to go to YouTube. So they don't, give those links any love. But I think we're almost at like 2,000 views of
Wow.
just the film on Facebook. So if you know of somebody who might need a little encouragement, especially this time of year, need a little extra hope, it's been a heavy week in Wisconsin. I think it's just good to keep its inspiration moving, right?
Yeah.
Especially around the holidays. There's nothing worse than being down at the holidays, right?
Yeah, it's hard, and it has been nice to see people sharing the video and talking about how helpful it is if you're feeling a little bit down. So
Yeah.
that is why I made it. I don't know if we shared this last week, but I was so excited to share it and be done with it and put it out there that it was right before we went live that it occurred to me, oh no, what if we had record viewership live last week.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty
Thank you
high.
guys for helping with
And
that.
I
That's
was so
awesome.
excited, and I'm like, oh no, what if 5 minutes into the video everyone leaves? And I'm like, that's really the true test. I mean, you can't fake that. And I was thrilled. It was 30 minutes long, and the audience stayed the whole time. So
I know. As soon
that
as it
was
started playing, he's like, "Uh-oh, we'll be able to watch if drop-offs happen, and we'll be able to see those numbers." And I'm like, "They're gonna love it. They're gonna love it." But it is a true test of the work you put out in the world. And like, there's no faking that.
yeah.
If people don't love it, the views go down. So, and thank you, Jenna. Jenna just posted that organic Facebook link.
Mhm.
So that's the one we want to kind of keep moving on Facebook, at least,
Yes.
because they love themselves on Facebook.
Yeah, they do. Meta.
It's so meta.
And then of course, big thank you to everyone who participated in the auction, which closed on Sunday as well. Thank you to Kim and Jenna, who were in the midst of shipping things out and finalizing things while I was away. So a few little loose ends to tie up with that, but
It's
really cool to
exciting.
see the neat things that people bid on and the little
A lot of
wars
bid
that were going
winners
on.
here tonight. So thank you guys. We appreciate your support. We hope you're as excited as we are to put these things out in the world. Obviously, they're unique takes on things.
Yep.
So speaking of unique takes on things, we have kind of a fun idea Jason wanted to share. Should we bring this up?
Yeah, so we're gonna stay tuned because we have some really cool tips for staying sane and having fun during the holidays. Very appropriate. Wanted to make sure that you guys stick around for that because I think we have some some ideas, a few from us and a few from some special friends that we're gonna pass along. And by special friends, I mean members of the Wonder and Whimsy Society. We had a chance to have a mastermind. I don't even know when it was now. A week ago, probably.
A couple weeks ago. I have no idea.
2020. I don't know.
By the way, there's like a photo bomber here. I'm noticing. Look at this little owl. He's like, he wants to be in this shot.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that?
So anyway, we had a mastermind on this very topic of staying sane during the holidays and having fun. And there were some really good things that were shared, and we want to share some of those with you. And speaking of the Wonder and Whimsy Society, this is something that we wanted to do a while ago, but between gallery night and our interview with Stacy Nato, NATO. That was like Play-Doh. NATO.
Play-Doh. Yeah.
If you didn't check that interview out,
right.
That was 2 weeks ago. You're going to want to see that in the archive. But we wanted to do an unboxing. So every quarter, 4 times a year, we send a red box or an envelope. Sometimes they're always different shapes. That we send to Wonder and Whimsy Society members.
Yes.
And this actually came out in October. And we wanted to wait a little bit to make sure everyone got them, but then we had other stuff.
Our Canadian folks, it takes a while to get to Canada, apparently. That border is hard to cross, you guys.
So it's like Washington crossing the Delaware.
Right.
So one of the things we did, we have, let's see, where's our postcard? So every month we have a secret mission postcard.
Here, let me hold this up.
That has a special code of a secret mission, something to fight adultitis, some activity. And this one happened to be Barbarian Spaghetti, which if you've been following us along a while, you know.
So of course,
we included...
we do not promote Barbarian Spaghetti without the tablecloth. And if you're like, what the heck is Barbarian Spaghetti? Basically, it's just pour your spaghetti on your table and eat it off the table. And some people choose to use silverware, some people don't. But you are not going to have a good time unless you have this tablecloth.
Yeah, this makes a big difference.
Because then you just roll it up and throw it away.
We took away the excuses.
Right.
Let's see, what else? Oh, so this is kind of a fun... Okay, so we do also do some fun little toys. This was being October. We had a little spider ring. Remember those from childhood? It's kind of a fun thing. And then
retro candy is definitely one of our things. In fact, I just talked to someone the other day and they're like, I love the retro candy. It whisks me back. So Sour Patch Kids.
That's fun. Always deciding what to include there. This was kind of a fun little thing we just started. And I'm not even going to say what's in this.
Yeah.
This is a little envelope and it says, do not open until you receive the December 2021 secret mission. So Wonder and Whimsy Society members who are on those secret mission will be coming out soon.
Next week, probably.
And I don't know, maybe somebody cheated. Maybe somebody already opened theirs. But if you didn't, there's going to be a surprise in here that goes with the secret mission. So, and we're going to do that again in January's box. We're going to have a little
and for the Wonder and Whimsy members who are on tonight, do you like this? Is this stressful? Tell us what you think.
Did you cheat?
Yeah, did you cheat? Will you actually admit that you cheated? And, I usually cheat on things like that. So no judgment. It's very childlike.
How about this, Kim?
Yes, this is something we were pretty excited about. I think we shared this on a show, didn't we?
We might have.
Yes. So as kind of a little PS project to the Wonder Hunt deck cards that we put out over the summer, maybe, I don't know when those came out. We have a new line of Wonder Hunt greeting cards, and this, as Jason has shared the story through the Insider, it's kind of a dream of mine to have my own greeting cards. As a kid, I would make handmade cards, and I've just kind of always been an encourager at heart. So to be able to have real cards with the photos from the Wonder Hunt decks and a few others has been kind of neat. And Jason, of course, designed them, and he helped me with the phrases and all that fun stuff. So it was kind of a little collaborative project, but all inspired by Wonder Hunt. So so they were the first to see the cards, our Wonder Whimsy members, and the first to receive them. So that was kind of a fun little surprise, I think.
Yeah, I hope so.
I know. And of course, stickers. We love...
like to put stickers in there. People, they seem to like the stickers. So yeah, by the way, people are not cheating. Said they didn't cheat.
I'm proud of you guys. You're better than me.
Corey says a rule to actually follow. There you go.
All right. So, of course, vinyl stickers. We have this awesome Enjoy the Ride, Wonder Whimsy logo vinyl sticker, Adultitis Fighters sticker, and some other little postcards and stuff.
Yeah, some of these stickers actually don't make it to the lemonade stand.
No.
I just make them for Wonder and Whimsy,
Yeah,
and then sometimes I give them out for other things, but
Mhm.
they're just, certain things that are just, I mean, they might,
Right.
it's not my focus.
It's not worth your time most
Right,
of the time to think about it. And then, of course, because it was the October mailing, our Wonder and Whimsy Society members were the first to get the calendar.
Yeah, before it was on the site,
Yes.
before it was for sale, they got to see it before anyone else.
And we stuck 2 in there because it's always better if you get to share one with somebody else, right?
Or have one at work if they were.
Oh, that's true.
If they
Especially
actually still
the
have a
hybrid
job
life.
to go to.
The hybrid work life that many of us have these days of like multiple places, right? So if you want to throw your birthday in the comments real quick, I'll tell you what celebration is happening on your birthday. I mean, for those of you who don't know, there is a celebration for every day of the year in the Celebrate Everything calendar. And these are legit holidays. They aren't just, things we make up just for
Thoroughly
fun.
researched by
Jenna
Jenna.
does all the research. So, okay, August, is it 26th? All right, August 26th.
Jennifer Tackett.
Next year, your birthday will also be Cherry Popsicle Day.
Nice.
Which is, who doesn't love a good cherry popsicle?
How about
right?
Rachel Christensen, March 18th.
March 18th.
That's close to yours.
That is close. And that day is also, this is good, Awkward Moments Day.
Awkward Moments Day. Fun.
Awkward.
Wendy's got December 9th.
December 9th.
Now,
Ooh.
keep in mind, this December 9th next year might not be the same as what it was this year. Sometimes it changes.
Sometimes it's like the first Monday of the month kind of thing. Okay, December 9th.
This is for 2022.
Ooh, Christmas Card Day.
Christmas card
so
day.
So I hope you don't work on all your Christmas cards on your birthday. That seems really challenging, but it's just kind of fun.
Rachel says perfect for Awkward Moments Day. How about let's see, Brian Crimmins, February 6th.
Ooh, that's my mom's birthday, Brian. Let's see. February 6th is Pay a Compliment Day. So I hope you get lots of compliments.
Russ Riddle. How you doing, Russ? December 19th.
December 19th. That's our daughter's birthday.
It is. Is it on there? Ginny's birthday.
I know. Oh, she's always bummed about this one because this one is always the 19th. Look for an evergreen day. Oh, and it's like just look in your Christmas tree.
Well, that could be part. I don't know. I don't remember where Russ lives, but
that's
if he lives in certain areas, that might be a little bit more difficult. But
it could be.
Let's see. Kelsey says now we will have to compliment Dad on his birthday. Well, you got a little bit of time to think one up, Kelsey. What else? Kate Bartell says June 13th.
Oh,
we'll do one more.
Oh, I just put it back. Oh, it fits so perfectly in that box. Okay, what was it again? June.
I think 13th. Yeah, 13th.
June 13th is this is good for me. Kitchen Klutz's Day.
Kitchen Klutz's Day.
Yeah, that would be me. I'm always boiling the water over when I'm making noodles. Anybody else?
Russ says he's in Dallas. So do they have evergreens in Dallas? Your sister lives in Fort Worth.
I can't picture them, but maybe you tell us, Russ.
I know.
And who knows? Maybe Texas.
You have to look hard.
Yeah.
For an evergreen that day. We'll see.
You got the whole day to do it on your birthday. So.
So let's see. Let's get to our little tips for the holiday.
Yeah.
I'm sure all of us come at this in a different way, looking at it with excitement, maybe a little anxiety, a little stress. Maybe some of us are sad and grieving this holiday season. Maybe you recently lost someone and this is your first holiday without them, or maybe this time of year reminds you of loved ones that you've lost. So there's a lot of feelings that happen this time of year on the entire end of the spectrum. And I think one of the things that has been constant this year and last year as well has been the upended traditions. There's always some of that, but especially with the whole pandemic thing, that's kind of taken our normal holiday plans, and in some cases have completely canceled them, changed them, upended them, and there can be a little bit of sadness that comes with that, right, Kim?
Oh,
Um, I think people are just like people who are really attached to holidays and traditions really get anxious and upset if something gets changed.
yes. I
And
think the loss of the tradition provides a certain amount of grief.
by the way, you like my
I know. You
water?
got the or what is this, a margarita glass for his
Yeah.
water
I
today?
thought, what was the most obnoxious glass I could get to just put
Mission
some water in
accomplished.
and hammered down?
Oh, yeah.
I could just say it's like vodka, but it's just
It's
water.
just water. So yeah, that idea that if change, and honestly, 2 years of constant fatiguing change, sometimes you just hit a point where you're like, if there's one more thing that changes that I'm upset about, I'm gonna have a temper tantrum.
Be like,
Right?
I
I
over
know.
this table.
I know I'm not alone on this. So sometimes that's the factor that kind of just pushes you over. Sometimes it is grief, and sometimes it's just exhaustion from trying to keep everybody happy, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that have expectations around the holidays.
Heather says upended traditions mean room to create new ones, perhaps a silver lining.
I'm thinking about you, Heather.
Thank you.
too.
Yes, we're
Yeah.
thinking about you, Heather, and your family, and everyone that was touched in some way by the terrible tragedy that happened in Waukesha by Milwaukee. Tough. That is tough stuff. So our hearts go out to all of you. But yes, what you said, Heather, about like it's maybe a silver lining, and
Yeah.
I think the book that I wrote right before the pandemic that seemed to have been meant for the pandemic, A Chance of Awesome, is all about that question. Now that this has happened, what does this make possible? It's about looking at things with new eyes, right? And so that's a question that I encourage you to ask if you are in the middle of one of those holiday upheavals where things are different, completely changed or whatever, is to say, well, and by the way, it's okay to be upset about it.
Yeah.
It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be miffed, whatever it is. But the more quickly you can ask the question, what does this make possible? There might be an opportunity to turn things around, maybe create a new tradition, which is something that Joy Ullman did a few years ago when they lost their grandmother, who is kind of the matriarch of the family and who they all sort of gathered around for that specific
A lot of families
Thanksgiving
have
holiday,
that,
right?
the glue, the person that's kind of like the glue for the family,
Yep.
right? And when that person passes, it can be really challenging for everyone. So Joy shared at our mastermind, and you kind of set that up, right? That we do these masterminds, and that's where these tips came from.
Yeah,
Did we kind of forget
just
that part?
so we showed the box
Yes.
that we give, but probably the coolest part about the Wonder and Whimsy Society to me is that every month we have a mastermind on Zoom where we gather together around a certain topic and share tips and ideas to help each other. And like I said earlier, this time we talked about holidays and how to look forward to them, to have fun, and to try to stay a little sane. So,
Yeah, so
some of these
Joy-
ideas we're sharing are just kind of the tip of the iceberg of what was shared, but they're so valuable. We wanted to share a few of them with everyone here. So Joy,
Yes. Joy had shared that her grandma had passed and they needed to start kind of a new tradition. So now they go camping over Thanksgiving. She does live in Arizona. So that helps with that.
that could work in
Not
Dallas.
so much in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Although people winter camp, but I will not be joining them anytime soon. So the idea of like, let's try something totally new. And it sounds like that's been kind of a neat new thing they look forward to as a family and a new adventure. So camping over Thanksgiving, who would plan that? That's cool,
That's
right?
pretty cool. I like it.
I know.
And when it comes down to if there is stress for the holidays, usually it might be like a particular thing, right? Kim, you can kind of speak to that of what kind of a tip that you wanted to share. Right?
Yeah, when I was thinking about the mastermind, I kind of was thinking about how usually there's one kind of pivotal stress point for each person. And so maybe try to tackle that, try to solve that for you, for your family, whoever it's providing stress for. Maybe it's for your parents.
And just to point out,
right?
like that, like you said, is one thing. Sometimes it's such a thing that it sort of bleeds over and it makes you feel like the entire, like, I hate this holiday or I get stressed out about this holiday. But if you
Right.
really think about it, it might only be just one aspect of it that if
Mhm.
you could fix it would actually change your entire vibe. But it's not the whole holiday. It's like
No,
one thing, right?
it's one thing. So a few years ago, probably several years ago now, my mom, we kind of determined that a stress point for Thanksgiving in her world was the food, and us girls were just not really gonna take it over, like for a lot of circumstances. So it was one of those like, well, let's just do something different. Let's order food in. Let's go out to eat. Let's find the good buffet in town, right? And we've tinkered with it, haven't we? Lots of
Yep.
different. I think we've done all of the above. A couple different ways and times, and it actually creates for variety too. And it's taken the stressful part of the holiday for that part of my family totally away.
Mhm.
And so we could just focus on each other, focus on sharing the time together, which was what the holiday was supposed to be all about. But because of the stress of managing food, it became distracted. So I give her a lot of credit for kind of identifying that stress point and moving, maybe it's too late for Thanksgiving, let's be honest, it's tomorrow. But like moving on to the
Maybe,
next,
yeah.
right?
Although maybe not. Maybe the turkey didn't get
Did
thawed
you not
in time.
thaw
You
it?
know.
So plan B is happening no matter what. This is an opportunity. But no, looking ahead at the next couple weeks and what your traditions are for whatever holidays you celebrate, if there's a stress point, identify it and try to just solve it. Solve that one. Don't solve everything, right? Because I guarantee you, if you can kind of identify what it is, that's half the battle right there.
Yeah.
You know?
Another idea that's kind of cool that was shared comes from Paul and Kara Tracy out in Arizona. And they love decorating their home for the different holidays. But as many people can relate to, if you have a lot of decoration, sometimes it can be kind of stressful afterwards figuring out how to fit it all back into the boxes. So they did this kind of cool thing where
true.
when they take everything out of the box, they take a picture of all that stuff that was in it. And then they know what goes back in there. And then after the holiday, it's almost like a scavenger hunt puzzle where you have to try to find all the stuff and connect it to that box. And so it makes it a little bit of a game, and B, makes it less stressful to have to think about like, how am I supposed to fit this all in there? So
Right.
pretty clever, I think.
This would have been a lot harder in the days of film and getting your
Yes.
photos.
Going to Walgreens.
What's that word? Printed, right? I mean, that's just obviously just go back to the day you put your decorations out and find it, and how easy is that to be able to use that to gamify it? So
Yeah.
pretty creative.
What about
Mhm.
Martha's, Kim? That was a good one.
Yeah, Martha. I think Martha, her idea that she shared at the mastermind kind of goes along
Developed. Yeah, Rachel says
with
developed.
That was the word. Yeah. Printed was
I was
not
going to
right.
say, no one says I need to get my photos printed. They say I need to get them developed.
I didn't even know the word anymore.
Rachel's
oh my
old like
gosh.
us.
Wow. Okay. So Martha had a cool idea, and it kind of goes along with what Jason talks about with creativity, that you can best be creative when you have constraints. And so Martha shared that they have this whole Friends Thanksgiving. What do the people call that? Friends. You guys help me out.
Thanksgiving?
Friendsgiving? Is that
I
the
don't
thing?
know. Is there a name?
Someone will know. Yes, there's a name for this.
Okay.
So the idea
Sounds important.
It does, and someone will know very quickly. We just have a 30-second delay.
Developed.
No. So she said that they, instead of exchanging all these gifts, they have a big stocking for each person, and you have to get stocking stuffers. And just having that constraint creates opportunity to be more creative, right? There you go.
Friendsgiving.
Thank you guys.
She didn't believe me.
And so Martha put up a picture in the league of her with her stocking. And I know there is something about a constraint and the creative aspects of that. So I think she may have also shared on the mastermind that night about book exchanges, where it's like everyone's giving each other a book. So that's the rule, right? Or that's the constraint. And within that box, you play. We've done ornaments with cousins.
Mhm.
That's been a fun thing because you
Fun
kind of
socks could be a good one.
fun socks, fun
Mhm.
t-shirts, like retro t-shirts or just graphic tees. That would be kind of a fun one. Ugly sweaters or something along the lines of that. Slippers. Who doesn't want another pair of slippers? I would like many of them.
It'd be
Robes.
kind of cool to do like a toy. If it was like
Ooh,
adults,
yeah.
adult siblings or something, to be like, you got
It has to come from the
$25 and it's got
toy
to be a toy. And
section.
the thing about
Yeah.
that is, like you said, having a constraint
Mhm.
makes it a little bit less overwhelming. You're like, I don't know what I should get her or what I should get him.
Yeah.
But then it's like, it's a toy, and now you can think about that person and be like, what would be cool for that person? Like
Mhm.
like a Nerf gun or a Barbie doll or whatever. Like,
Right.
I
Remote
I think
control car,
it puts
right?
the focus back on the gift giver and the gift receiver where it
Mhm.
should be. Like the point of it is like, I'm not just buying you another thing to put in your house. I'm thinking about you, and
Yeah. Or maybe like a
so
record or something, music related, whatever kind of device you listen on. So I don't know. I think it's kind of neat to give people restraints because I don't there's you go to Amazon and it's like you put in a keyword and then there's like 1,500
mhm.
choices for that keyword. All of a sudden the joy of giving is gone. You're just like, okay, which one's going to show up on time,
Yeah.
So,
Well, and then our last idea, and again, these were a handful of about 50 that we had to choose from. I mean,
mhm.
these masterminds are dense.
I know.
But and
Oh,
Rachel Crimmins does such a
Rachel.
great job of putting together like
Right.
a recap, that a written recap, and we post the replays and stuff too. But Stacy Sherman had an idea that was pretty cool. She had a couple of them, but one that stood out to me that I think is fitting for this time of year, and last year, and I think it started last year
Yeah.
with COVID, is she got a rose gold tree. So it wasn't like her main Christmas tree. It was this rose gold tree, and then she put silver linings on it, and it was like little good things that came out of COVID that I think just wrote on the silver
Mhm.
paper or ribbon or something. I don't remember, and put it on the tree. And then she would put a bunch of hers. She had friends send her ideas to be written on there. And I think even though this came out of COVID, the silver linings tree is such a cool idea as like this little side tree to have every
Mhm.
year, to think about what your blessings were, what good things came out of the year, um, is pretty cool. And one more bonus tip now I'm thinking about it is a memory jar. So,
Mm.
and this could be something that you set up starting this year, going into New Year's maybe, is get like a little mason jar or something, and have a couple slips of paper. And every time something kind of cool happens, write it down and put it in the jar. And then this time of year, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas, is a really good time to then open up that jar.
Mm.
And maybe that's a new tradition to start, is to spend it on with your family and be like, oh, what are all the cool things,
Mhm.
and look back on some of the fun memories that you had from throughout the year. And the cool thing is doing it all year long like that. Yeah, at the end of the year, you can look back like, oh yeah, we went to this vacation, or we bought this basketball hoop for our driveway or whatever. But it's like those little tiny things
Mhm.
that are easy to forget, that jotting them in the everyday. Then when you look back on it 7 months later, you're like, oh, that was magic. That was awesome.
Yeah, those little moments are easy to forget.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, this has been really great. I hope you take one little idea, you guys, as we, obviously the Black Friday, everything is already starting in our faces. The emails are coming. So it does kind of become something that can be overwhelming. And this is our opportunity as we sit at the cusp of all of these holidays and to take some intentionality back, say what kind of things you're going to do to kind of proactively address some of the stress that might be coming your way, and maybe add a little fun and tradition that is something that becomes a memory that you look back on, right?
Yeah. Good to see. Christy says this is my break from cleaning. That's good. That's kind of what we hoped for. Paul says we have pies to make after this.
Ooh, what kind of pies, Paul? I want to know. I think you guys are chocolate people, but I would be surprised if there's some traditional pumpkin in there as well.
Jennifer says we started gratitude pumpkin to write on tomorrow.
Oh,
that's kind of a cool idea. It's just like
write
a pumpkin,
on the
and you write
pumpkin?
like a Sharpie or something like that. I haven't heard of that. That's pretty cool.
I love it.
See.
Yeah, what else are you guys doing, that you're looking forward to in the next few days? So obviously we've kind of taken a proactive approach, but
chocolate pecan pie, says Karen.
What?
Apple crisp for
sweet.
Kate. Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, yummy. That sounds so good.
Very good.
Yeah, so in our house this afternoon, Lucy took charge. Jason and I went for a walk when he got back from his retreat, and she took charge on a very important family recipe, the strawberry pretzel salad. It takes 3 stages. There's, baking the pretzel crust and the cream cheese and all that stuff. That's one of your favorites. It's my mom's recipe.
I love it.
And it's basically like dessert, but for some reason you don't have to eat it at the end.
Yeah, the Jell-O salad always just sneaks in as like the 7th food group.
It's like, how did Jell-O not become dessert at a meal, but it's sitting there at the buffet?
Well, you got to make room for the pie.
Right.
So
you got to eat the Jell-O.
Jell-O's got that Jell-O salad's got strawberries in it, so it's practically a health food.
Right. Yeah, and then going along with Karen Paul's pie choices, the salt and the sweet. When you get pretzels and strawberries, it's a
Midwest salad. Yeah. Of course, I have salad.
Strawberry pretzel salad. Yes. If anyone wants the recipe, I highly recommend it. It's super good. So that will be delighted in tomorrow. But we are having our first Thanksgiving here at the house tomorrow. Jason's making a big bird and
big bird.
Oh,
oh yeah, he was. I got him. And I just got to figure out how to put him in the oven. It's gonna be tricky.
Not the big bird. He got a big bird. Still doesn't sound right. No. Sorry, Sesame Street.
The big bird. Wah, wah.
So we hope you guys have a relaxing couple days after everything settles down. What's Christy saying there? Fruit salad, canned fruit cocktail, bananas, apples, and lots of whipped cream. Ooh,
gotta have the whipped cream.
Yes.
By the way, Jennifer said, her pumpkin is plastic with a Sharpie.
Oh, nice.
So
okay.
That's a cool idea.
Did we mention the squirrels ate our pumpkins? They devoured them.
I don't know if just because...
I am afraid of our squirrels.
I don't know if it's just because we live more in wooded area that we see the squirrels up close, but they're porkers.
Clumping up. They're huge.
They're the size of small cats.
Their cheeks are like, and they have their bellies are like all crazy. So they're getting ready for winter. Maybe they should tell us something. Maybe they're really we're in for a rough winter.
I don't know. I'm afraid that they're going to come and attack us.
I know.
All right. Well, it was.
Are you having a hard time reading these comments, by the way?
I'm trying my best.
Okay, because we're just a little farther away today, and I'm like, okay.
Happy day, everyone. Yeah, Tracy says happy day. That's basically we want to thank you for showing up tonight. Thank you to those watching the replay. Hope you got some good ideas for the holidays. Hope everyone here has an amazing holiday season, however you celebrate it, and that you make some good memories. Try not to let the stress get to you. Try not to let adultitis win. Don't take yourself too seriously. Don't take Uncle Charlie too seriously.
No one does.
He's got issues. Just let him be. And, I always, something that Kim and I talk about with our kids, I don't remember where we got this, but the idea of this is our last Thanksgiving with a 12-year-old Lucy and a 9-year-old Ben and a 7-year-old Ginny. Same thing for Christmas. And I think you can look at probably everyone on here has lost someone that they care about in the last year, someone they know. And you just never know. This might be the last one. Everything we do, every time we do anything, it might be for the very last time. And so I just want to encourage you to keep that in mind. amidst all the stress and craziness and maybe even the arguments, to just give each other a little bit of grace, give yourself grace, and just we wish you all an amazing, happy, turkey-filled Thanksgiving and a great holiday season to come. And we'll be back next week.
Yes,
with
we will.
Probably a more normal show, but either way, it's great being with you guys.
God bless you guys. See ya.